So what I want to do is give it up to Senior Vice President. He's about to be a Senior Vice President Platinum, Mr. Patrick Mazer. Thank you for your leadership and everything you do every day and all the time. Thank you.
Wow. Well, it's great to be on here with everybody. And I just want to take a minute out and number one, just acknowledge you guys for being here tonight. What you're doing tonight, most people will never do. Most people will not take the time to learn what to do to have what I like to call freedom. And so the fact that you're here this evening, give yourselves a round of applause. You know, you deserve to win. You're here, you're engaging, you're listening. I just want to acknowledge every single one of you for being here in attendance tonight. Michael Eric, I can remember the day that I met him. He came to training every single week. Matter of fact, where he was living was Poughkeepsie, New York, and we were doing a training every Saturday in Manhattan. And if anybody knows the New York marketplace, that's literally a 45-minute train ride or car ride to come to Saturday training. And he did it week after week after week. And he did it when he had no guests. He did it when the only one that represented his team was himself, but he was committed to his long-term success. Tonight, he's a regional vice president. I believe he did a phenomenal job talking about the compensation plan. Can we show Michael our appreciation here tonight? But with that being said, you know, for those of you that are new, and maybe this is your first or even your second leadership, I'm here to encourage you to really lean in on what I'm going to teach tonight. This is a system. And, you know, unfortunately, ACN doesn't charge a lot of money. And the reason I say unfortunately, I promise if you paid $400,000 or $500,000 to do this business, you would be glued to your camera right now. You would have your notebook out. You'd be paying attention. And here's why. How many of us would agree people win when they spend a lot of money to get in business? You know, I don't care if you bought a McDonald's and your best friend came in and said, that's the worst burger I've ever eaten. You spent $2 million to sell that burger. How many of us wouldn't even give your best friend a second look if they told you, man, I watched this show. It said, you know, about how bad McDonald's food was and supersize me. And they started giving you all these nutritional facts about how horrible the food was. But you spent $2 million. How many of us wouldn't even entertain those conversations? How many of us would say, hey, listen, are you going to buy something or not? Meaning we've got to remember that, you know, when you get involved in our opportunity, if you treat it like $299, it's going to pay you like $299. If you treat it like $2.9 million, it will pay you $2.9 million. So you've got to have that mindset here of putting the same level of dedication into this business that you would in a McDonald's or any other business that would cost you hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars. Now, unfortunately, at McDonald's, there's no residual income. There's just residual problems. How many of us would agree with that? I have a gentleman on our team. He has over 13 McDonald's franchises. You know what he told me? It's 100% turnover every year. From the manager straight down to the person welcome you when you walk up to order something. He said everybody quits every year. So every year, not only is he recruiting new people to work at McDonald's, but can we agree there's no end game? Right? There's no way you can sit back and collect money when you're done working. And that's what makes this business so special. When you look at the compensation plan, what signed my brother up and myself was residual income. And once I understood residual income, here's what I knew. I'm going to work anyway. How many of us came to those conclusions? We're all going to work anyway. We're going to put 5 and 6 years into something. The question is 5 or 6 years from now, are we continuing to do the same thing to get the same results? Or are we going to look back and go, man, I've got a couple thousand customers. So I hope that helped you here tonight. Tomorrow's a big day. Look, Saturday training, man, that's game time. Game time Saturday training. We work all week long to expose ACN to people. Now we got to get them in the culture. Now we got to get them listening to other people. Why? Because we're fighting against average. Remember, we're fighting against a current of education and average. That's what we're fighting against. How many of us know people, I'm doing okay? Compared to who? Did you really get born on earth to do okay? Right? Imagine, I'm just here to do okay. Imagine tell your children, you know, I'm just doing okay. Nobody got born to do okay. We're here to do something exceptional. If we wanted to do okay, we did too much already tonight, yes or no? We're here to do something significant. So our goal is to get them to training tomorrow. Now, let me give you a little bit of information. Number one, get up early tomorrow. Now, how many of you played sports in school? Did you show up for the game 5 minutes before? How many of you showed up to the game a little early before the game? Probably an hour, 40 minutes before, right? 30 minutes. Why? Because you're getting ready for the game. Now, none of us, and I don't know if this is true, but the majority of us tonight had never made money in sports. Nobody ever made 1 red cent from sports, yet we all showed up an hour early for something that never paid us any money. And here we are with a multi-million-dollar opportunity, and all we got to do is show up early, because if we show up early, it gives us an opportunity to do what? Make sure everybody else is there too. Make sure everybody else is too. You want to get a hold of somebody, call them at 7 in the morning. I promise you get a hold of them. You start calling people 7 in the morning, you're going to get a hold of them. And what do I say? Hey, just want to make sure you got the Zoom code. Want to make sure you're going to be in front of a computer. Want to make sure you're going to be able to take some notes. Why? I'm asking for them to do certain things in order to be successful. And if I don't tell them that, it's not their fault. If I don't tell them show up and have your camera on, they don't, it's not their fault. Just like I can't get upset at my children if I don't tell them, hey, you're not allowed to do that. Hey, don't say that. Why? They don't know any better. Someone's got to teach them. Someone's got to show them. Someone's going to coach them. So I hope this helped you here tonight. Tomorrow's going to be a big day. We're going to have a lot of people coming and taking a look. Unfortunately, the economy is going to drive people to look. I mean, you go Google layoffs in 2024. Wait till you see 20,000 people Citigroup let go, 2,000 people Southwest Airlines let go, 12,000 people FedEx, UPS let go, 14,000 people that Tesla let go. I mean, understand those people are devastated. Not only did they lose their job, they lost their health care, because tomorrow is an opportunity for us to bring more people. It's a season of your life. This isn't a lifetime situation. Now, me personally, I believe personal development's good for the rest of my life. How many of you sort of feel the same way? Right? Pull the weeds and negativity out of our brain. And that's what's so beautiful about being in this community, in this culture.